Hello, my name is Jay Nichols, and I have been teaching over 25 years. I have the distinction of having been the first court school teacher in California to be awarded California Teacher of the Year. I was one of the top 10 finalists out of over 420,000 teachers. Why am I telling you all of this? It's because I want you to know the information contained in this slideshow comes from years of experience in every grade level, from kindergarten to adult school, and from every venue, including preschool, special education, elementary, middle school, high school, outdoor science school, and juvenile detention centers, where I currently work as a teacher librarian in San Bernardino. In great classes now and in the future, you will see students actively engaged, and one of the best ways to do this is through games. I'm talking about board games, online games, simulations, and active group games. They all work and all lead to greater learning. The future of education must include tools that engage students. Educational games and simulations are effective tools for engaging students now, but in the future, with advancements in artificial intelligence, games will be a critical component of any learning community. Just look at this chart and you'll see the rise in online gaming and game-based learning by region in the world. Powerful learning takes place in a collaborative learning community. Creative play builds cognitive connections to learning and retaining content. Simulations and games enhance higher order thinking skills and critical thinking. Games build communication skills and people skills needed for cooperative learning. So, why not just show a video? Educational games and simulations are interactive. The learning experience is interactive and dynamic. Action and learning are student controlled, involved, fun, competitive, challenging interactions with peers. Multimedia is passive, not interactive, and external stimulation is happening to them. Media is often just a series of informational or instructional texts coupled with graphics or pictures, or maybe animated vignettes, or auditory instruction, stories or dramas. Could be movies. Maybe they're historical or educational or instructional. But when it comes down to it, it just lacks active interaction. Now let's talk about the essential quality of games. First, games must be fun to play. They must have logical and consistent rules. Students must have control of the game environment and the kind of game they choose. Players must have performance goals, and goals should increase at each level until mastery is achieved. Some other essential qualities of games. The most engaging games are built within an imaginary world with a quality storyline. The best games involve competitive action because, hey, winning's important. Action games keep students' attention longer and with greater intensity. Great games stimulate student curiosity as well. I guess the ultimate litmus test would be, would these kids play this game at home? Think like Math Blasters or something like Oregon Trail, the first game I ever played at school. Now I'd like to talk about the essential qualities of simulations. Simulations must be appropriately challenging. They call that within the zone of proximal development, or the ZOD. It means it should be a little bit challenging for them, but not so much that they want to give up on it. It must have subtext and provide some content and structure. Research shows this to be true. It should increase connections between the direct teaching that you give and the accompanying simulation that you have. Lastly, you, the instructor, need to offer a lot of support and praise for whatever they're doing. Some other essential qualities of simulations would be: you must create experience that visually reproduce your instruction. You must give students a chance to play around with the concepts being taught and to explore to see what happens if I. So I guess the big question now is, how do educational games and simulations help students learn? Well, many educational games increase reading and communication skills, for sure. Research validates that games will increase learning over direct teaching methods every time. How do educational games and simulations help students learn? Games increase constructive student interaction and decrease cultural, racial, and economic barriers. Games are motivational, and most learners will play even when they know there will be no tangible reward such as a prize, a grade, or even a gift. They just play and do it because they love it. The last thing I want to do is send you away with this valuable resource slide. These are 4 areas on the internet where you're going to find tons of resources. I wish you the best, and I really, really hope that you incorporate games and simulations into your classrooms, because for me, it's best practice.